Okay, welcome back to typing practice. This I've been working on for 5.5 hours now, and you can see I'm working on lesson 3 now, and I'm making good progress. About the same speed as I was improving on lesson 2, it appears. We're about 3 weeks into lesson 3, and we're making good progress up to about 11 when we started at 7. So that's looking pretty good. We're going to redo typing test today. Hopefully we'll get above the 15 line, and I'm going to do a Qwerty test, a Dvorak test for 1 minute each, and I'm going to do 4 minutes of typing on lesson 3, and you can see my progress. Again, hopefully passing the 15 words per minute line today. Without further ado, I'm going to go do my Qwerty test. If you'd like to check out how I was doing before, you can check out some of the other videos. But let's jump in. I typically type between 50 and 60 words per minute on Qwerty, and let's see how I do today. My fingers are freezing cold. Okay, that's not bad. 57. 57, that's probably one of my better around. So let's plug that in. 57. Yeah, I was down 53. Yeah, it's freezing cold in here this morning. So I'm going to hit Windows and space. That's going to change my keyboard from Qwerty to Dvorak. We're going to restart this, and we're going to minimize so that I can see Sims is still around. Okay. Interesting. Okay, and we're gonna do this. So I've been practicing on lesson 3 as FPK, CRL, and V as what it's added in addition to the home row. So hopefully we're doing a little bit faster here. Cold fingers, but they're typing along. Okay, here we go. Don't know where W is. W. Need. Sound. Is. The QWERTY S. Pretty good. Let's see. 19. Okay. Yeah, I'm cooking. It still feels really slow compared to the QWERTY. But yeah, you can see these other letters that I don't have. YG on the top line, and then I don't have semicolon, period, any of the punctuation, QJ, X, B, W, and Z. They're not used very often, so this is great. I'm really happy with this. Hey, look, I'm better than 7% now. 93 CPMs, so let's put that in. That's characters per minute, 93, which means 18.6. I'm so happy with that. Let's look at how that compares. Here we are. So you can see we're bumping up almost to 20 now, and we're still just hovering just below 60 on that one. So we're making some progress now. The faster I get with those extra letters, CFKLM, PRV, the faster we'll get. And then once we pass this lesson up to 20, then we'll be able to. And again, this is actual 20 words per minute. And this is 20 character words per minute. So 5 characters equals a word. So if you had a 5-letter word, that's a word. But if you had a 6-letter word, that's a word and a fifth of a word. Whereas over here, these words per minute are actual words, some of which are really long. So I'm going to have to type probably 30 words per minute over here in order to practice that, in order to pass that lesson. And in fact, when my wife passed lesson 3, let's pop that over. When she passed lesson 3 here, that's 227, she was typing Dvorak speed on 227. Let's compare that over here. She would have been typing, look at that, 26 words per minute. Yep, so almost 30. So she was typing 26 words per minute here on her Dvorak when she passed lesson 3. So I assume it's going to be about the same for me. I'm at 19 now. I need to pump that up to 26 in order to actually get 20 words per minute here on 20 actual full words. I'll be having to be typing nearly 30 words per minute. So we got to get that up to here. Coming right along with that. So I'm going to go and do my lesson. I'm pleased with this progress. 7, I got sick. Who knows if it was Corona or not. I'm kind of hoping it was, and then I'll just have been done with it. But we persevered through even when I had 103 fever, and I've been improving ever since. So I'm going to pop over stopwatch and 2, 1, 0, and that's pretty in. I've been finding that I've been doing that more. There I go again. It takes a lot of focus to stay in the QWERTY. I mean, stay in Dvorak. That's a QWERTY P. And it takes me a minute to really, no, that's a QWERTY O. I've been making more mistakes like with the QWERTY since I got off the home row, which kind of makes sense. My brain's trying to figure that out. What did a QWERTY P there? And sometimes it's just gonna roll. The QWERTY O. Finger went to it, but didn't push the button. see that these words are much longer than 5 characters. That's a QWERTY eye. Just need to remember that all my vowels are over there on my left hand. And I think I actually have learned where the letters are on. It's a lot more heady. On Dvorak, I actually know where the letters are better than I do on QWERTY, but on QWERTY, it's automatic. If you gave me a keyboard, the old map tests you had to take in elementary school and label the states, I think I'd label the QWERTY P. I think I would label the keyboard on the QWERTY better than I would on the Dvorak better than I would on the QWERTY. But obviously I can type faster on QWERTY. So I have muscle memory. Some of that is coming. Nothing else demonstrated by the fact that I can talk and type now. It's slow with both. Leanness. Okay, so stopwatch, stop you. 37 words. Look at that. Let's see. And Windows space, because I have no idea where equals is on 37 divided by 4 minutes. And that's a little bit slower. I should keep my mouth shut while I type. But, it's not bad. If you notice, I'm always slower on the testing day because we're switching back and forth. And then I'm talking as well while I type. So I'm right where I was. Actually, that's slower than last week's time on there. But I think by next week I'll be up to 13 or 14. You can tell, I went from 7 to 8 and then 8 to 10 here. And then 10, I went into 11. So I should at least be at 12 next week. So let's look at the numbers real quick. How are we doing here? Yeah, they see that's a little down. You almost can see the test days. It's like bonk, 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 bonk. Anyway, we're gonna continue on this. That's gonna probably in 3 more weeks or so, maybe 4. This one took this third lesson took Mary quite a while to finish as well. Really pleased with this today though. Here we are by typing speed by hours. So I'm 5.5 hours now, and I'm up to 18 plus on my speed there, whatever that was, 18.6. They rounded up to 19, so that's good. So 5.5 hours in, I've gone from being way down here at the beginning at 5.6 words per minute all the way up to 18.6. So that's fantastic. And then by date, we started in January 3rd, and here we are almost 3 months later. We'll just have to see. In 3 months, we'll probably be up at 20 words per minute. So obviously, you could compress this if you were doing more than 5 minutes a day of practice. You could compress the time frame. But I am really curious how the hours would compare. If I just did 5 hours over a week, would I be that far along? I don't know. Interesting. Maybe one day we'll get to test all that. As it is, I'm happy with my results today. Totally crushed my previous time, and we're really making progress with these new letters. I'm super pleased with how we're doing. So I will catch you next time.